Hey, how's it going, amigos? Okay, so I'm looking at 3D Palace. Okay, so what we have here is the spacey ship. Hello, and what I'm going to do is basically apply some lighting to the outside over here, just to make it look good. And we can do that with kind of just simple lights, because as you can see at the minute, this is quite dark. And yeah, I understand that we're outside and stuff, but we want to be able to see our details really. So if I change this to unlit for the moment so we can see it a bit better, and in here I'm going to place an actor and it's going to be a point light, and then if I change this back to lit you'll see, oh, it's blinding. That's the idea. So what I'm going to do is move that in lovely and close to here, and I'm going to change the intensity down. Okay, otherwise we won't be able to see anything. Literally, it'll just blind us. Okay, and now move that across so it's in kind of the right position. Just want to get it in front of there, and then I'm going to make a copy of it. And then I'm going to make a copy of that one. Like that. And now if I just hit G, you can see that these things now are giving off a lovely amount of light. So let's just take these, and what I'm going to do is just not lose focus on them, grab and drag over to here, and I've dragged them in the wrong direction, haven't I, because I'm a tit. There, just drag them over to there. Now you'll see that we have these X's, and what that means is that it doesn't really like the fact that we're overlaying all our lights on top of each other too much, yeah? So we can't have too many. So I think I might just do it over here. And let's have a look on this one. So place actor and again a point. And 1200. We can even be a bit cunning with these, which I intend to be in a minute, because let's imagine that this is obviously our dock. Then it makes sense for our dock to have docking lights, doesn't it? And docking lights won't all be the same colour, I shall assume. So we hit G, we can see them now, there and there. Go over here again and press G so I can see them once more. And what I'm going to do is change my light colour on this one to red. Then my light colour on this one to green. Now bear with me because I'm not great at colours. Is that green? I don't know. That's probably green. And then this one I'm going to change it to blue. Like that. Now if we have a look, we're getting this kind of rainbow pattern off these lights. I think it might be easier having a secondary light over the top of them actually. Just let's have a look. So red, got it a little bit dark there, change it back to this. So red, but then change the saturation down a bit so it's a much lighter red. Then this one, blue, but again change the saturation down so it's a lighter blue. And this one, why do I have blue, red, blue, green? I don't know, I've forgotten now. Some green, nice light green there. Okay, so we've got our lights over that side. Same again on this one, a bit green perhaps, if I can get it, you never know. Colourblind, remember? Blue. And red. Okay, so now we have these colours being baked in, so that's good. Now, at the back of this, we could do with having some stuff coming out of here. So let's have a light. So I'm going to place an actor here, and it's going to be a point light. Get it into the right area, which is just inside this, like so, and out. so it's just in there. Let's get it nice and shiny. And then some more places where I can put some nice bright stuff. So one there. And you'll see that one doesn't like where it's being put at all. It's happier there. And that's probably the proximity to that other piece. So I'll just put that there and just press G so I can see. Oh, that's nice. Because I want these to look like they are active, basically. Now this one probably isn't going to come active simply because if you look, it doesn't want that light over there. So if I press G and have a look, we can see that it's lit on one side. So we can use that. That's enough for the minute. Then over here, do it again. And if you look, this one doesn't like being here, but it'll probably be fine once I've moved it a bit. There we go. And I believe that's because it's inside the bounding box of our piece up there, you see. So let's press G, we can see it's all lit and nice. Okay, and then over here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the standard stuff that came with this in the props folder. So if I get my, you know what, I'm not really feeling it with these floors, by the way. I'm going to just change the materials again, just to a more boring basic floor, because I think there'll be too much lighting otherwise, and I don't want that. So let's just do this, and then the same again up here. I can also see that there's a hole in our roof, which is making me very sad. Which I wouldn't have seen had I not used that. There's another one there as well, so I'll just move that along one. Do it again over here. Okay. And, ooh, don't want that either. However, I could then have it over here instead. Like that. And maybe just have the pulse floor. Just as a kind of, hey, you're going this way kind of thing. Now over here I can see that this floor is also not aligned. So much repairing to do. Why didn't you tell me through the through the speaker? Chris, look at that, man, you should have said. Give it a second. Bit like the old Ant and Dec. Why are you mean Chris? I'll do a mean Ant and Dec impersonation, incidentally. Okay, and remember what I said, we're going to have a light in here from our props. So if I just go here to SM prop ceiling, let's put that there. And rather than having it in the middle of the floor, which I think is a little bit heavy, let's have it over here. Like that. And then on the underside where that is, I can then just do a place, and again we're just going to have a point light, or we could even have a spotlight. Press G because I can't see anything at this point. And then what we can do is control the amount of shade we're going to get off this lampshade, which is pretty cool. By just making sure that this thing's inside it. And then underneath that, we should have a little cherry thing. So I'll put that on there. And a chair. Another chair. And because we can, we could even put the ship on the table. Make it a 0.1. Just got to make sure that it's not floating above the table, really. Which is harder than it seems, trust me on this. There we go. Rotate it out a bit. Oops, wrong way. There we go. So now we have this sitting on the table there, reflecting light, looking cool. We don't have many extra details on the walls, but to be honest, I'm not going to cover that. What I am going to do though is I'm going to show you that we can use some of our basic stuff in here. So if I go to my particles and I want some ambient dust, which I'm just going to place here, and you'll see that dust will start to kind of form in front of us like that. Okay, and it kind of goes everywhere more or less. I'm going to put some more ambient dust over here, and then what I want is some smoke. So I'm just going to grab this smoke here, and I just need to change it a bit. And then I can have it coming out of the back of this. Okay, as if the engine's just cooling down, which is what we want. We could even have some sparks, because we've got some sparks here, so maybe the engine's, you know, not in a particularly good way. Although that's far too many sparks. If it was just 1 or 2 sparks, maybe. Now if you remember, over here we have our cannons, so we could probably have them with a bit of steam coming off them as well. So if I just add the steam to where the light is roughly there, and again just to where the light is roughly. Okay, obviously you've got more time to kind of get this looking way nice than I have. However, it certainly is getting there, and we can see our smoke and our steam and stuff. This, in my opinion, could probably do with being a little bit bigger. So we'll make it 2 on the scale, and then give it like a few minutes to kind of catch up, because it's eating resources like you would not believe. Okay, so at this point I think we're ready to kind of throw it into a render and see what happens. Now I know I've got a blueprint error, which is my mistake, and I'll fix it later, but for the minute I'm ready to just render it out. So for that I'm just going to click build. Okay, and as you can see we've now calculated the lighting. If I just press G, you can see that we've got our shadows and lighting effects and quite a lot of dust just sitting in our atmosphere here. And I can go out here now and see our ship, and this is what it's going to look like in the actual game editor. We've got all our steam coming out the back of our ship and stuff. So if I was to go back in here now, remember our lighting's only on very basic. I just click play from here. Yes, I know we have a blueprint error. Thank you for telling me. So now we can see what it looks like inside the game engine. Got our floating dust, smoke coming out of our ship, and our defense cannons. We could even add some ambient sound, so it looks like we've got a ship that's been kind of quite badly beaten up here. And we have our simple entry and exit piece, so we have more than enough really to get on with doing some additional detailing for, so that's pretty cool. Right, so this has shown you how to get your props into Unreal, okay? Unreal Engine 4. What we have done is, obviously, just to reiterate, we've created these cannons, which I like, and we've textured them and made them into game assets. We've also shown you how to take a couple of extra assets that I just had knocking around and, you know, rapidly build some working textures so that we can throw them into the game engine. Because one of the longest processes of this is really kind of getting stuff into your game engine. Once you've done that, it's way easier. So I hope you found this useful, and until we meet again some sunny happy day, I bid you adieu, and thanks very much for watching. I'm Chris Robson from 3D Palace. Bye bye.